Hello everyone and welcome to In the Kitchen with Pen. Now the recipes I do don't have a story behind them. I don't ask you to read through this is why I do this, this is why I do that. However, I'm not asking you to read through it. I just want to give you a little bit of background to today's story. As some of you are aware, Steve has a very serious heart condition. And well, 12, 13, I don't know how many years ago, probably about 15 years ago, I joined a British forum for people who have the same heart condition as Steve or any form of cardiomyopathy. On there, I met the most wonderful people whom I am delighted to be able to call my friends. Many of you are on here. But one very, very special man we all met on there was Mick Read. Now, sadly, Mick passed away following complications to do with his heart 3 years ago today. Mick and I spoke daily. He was a great support when I was going through my cancer treatment and rehabilitation. He'd text me, he'd call me, he'd send me jokes. Now those of you who knew Mick know all about his silly jokes. I'll post a couple down below. I mean, I'm warning you, they're silly. But Mick and I also shared a love of cooking, and we would share recipes. This recipe I'm doing today on the anniversary of Mick's passing is one that he shared with me. So I'd be delighted if you would all make this recipe. Let me know what you think. Mick's up there, he's watching us, he knows it's good. But come on down whilst we have a look at the ingredients. Well, the recipe is Mick's strawberry puffs, and the ingredients really couldn't get much easier. A punnet of strawberries that have been washed and chopped, a little lemon juice, some sugar, some corn flour, puff pastry, and an egg wash. That's it, really simple. So what we're going to do first is we're just going to squeeze over, not too much, but just a little lemon juice over our strawberries. Now, the sugar in this recipe is to taste. I've tasted these strawberries and they're quite sweet. But I'm still going to put a good 2 dessert spoons of sugar. And then what we're going to do is we're going to mix that together, just like that. And then we leave it for 20 minutes. I mean, I'm just going to walk away and leave it now. Right then, it's been around 20 minutes. I have cut my puff pastry into 6 squares. I'm now going to preheat my oven. As you can see, I hope, no you can't. Right, I am using the Ninja grill, so I'm going to switch it on, go down to bake. And in an ordinary oven, I would need it at 200, but as this is a fan oven, it's 180. And I'm going to bake for around 15 to 20 minutes. So I'm changing the temperature down, and I'm going to go about 18. But I will check, and we'll press start. So, with my strawberries now, I am just going to sprinkle over a couple of spoonfuls of the corn flour. This will help thicken any of the liquid that is actually in the strawberries or coming out with the strawberries. So we'll just toss that through, and it will thicken it, so it will give it a thicker sauce than if I hadn't have bothered. Okay, now there's a teaspoon I've just knocked off. Right, so what do I need to do? I need to put a spoonful also of the strawberries onto each square. It's easier to add than it is to take away, so I'm literally just adding a spoonful and a bit that drops off. Right, so just add to it now. Right, that's how quickly this heats up. It's so good. Right, now I want to brush the edges of the pastry squares with the egg wash. And all I'm going to do is very carefully bring the edges together. I'll turn it so you can see. And trying to keep all of the strawberries intact, I'm just going to seal the edges, and I'm going to make sure they're sealed by using a fork just to push down like so. So I will continue doing these, and then I'll bring you back. Right then, they're all done. So what they're going to get now is an egg wash over the top. Be generous, we want a nice colour on them. As you can see, some of the liquid has seeped out of a couple of them. But that will just add some stickiness, which is nice. Right, we are all egg washed. We are almost ready because our oven has preheated, but now we're going to sprinkle over some sugar just to give a little bit of a crunch on the top. This part is purely optional, but I do live with a sugar fiend, and actually it does make them a little bit nicer. Now at this point you could pop them into the fridge and allow them to set up before cooking, but I'm not doing that. Right, I've got my seal pat on there so that nothing sticks. They're not all going to fit. In fact, if they do, I'll be amazed. So I'm probably just going to do 3 at a time. In fact, I'm definitely going to do 3 at a time. Ow, and that's it. Just wash off my hands. Well, we've been about 17 minutes, so I'm just going to take a look. I actually turned the temperature down about 5 minutes ago. Well, they are definitely cooked, so they are coming out and they're going to go onto a cooling rack to cool, and we'll put the next lot in. Second lot are in, so let's just take a good look at these. So we've got some seepage, but that's flavour. This puff pastry from Lidl's is actually really good. It does have a great rise. So I'm just literally going to leave them there to cool, let these cook, and then we'll do the taste test. Just a few more seconds to go and we'll be taking these out. Obviously, if you do bake in the oven, you can put them on a baking tray and you will have room to cook all 6 at the same time. Or make them smaller, make 8. Right, there we go. So let's take a look. And they look equally as delicious as the first. So we shall take those out and put them on the cooling rack. Right then, they're all out. They're all on the cooling rack. And that's how easy it is to make Micks strawberry puffs. Now, what you can do is wait till they cool. Just open them up a little, whip up some double cream and pipe that in there. So you have a strawberry cream puff. Absolutely gorgeous. Don't have a piping bag? Don't worry about it. Get a little plastic bag, fill it with your whipped cream, cut the bottom corner off and just squeeze it in through there. Perfect. But I know what you want. You want to know what it tastes like, don't you? Okay, so I've got one of the first ones cooked onto a plate and let's take a bite. That sugar on top just gives it a little crunch, which is really nice. But as I say, completely optional. The fruit is soft, but it hasn't gone down to nothing. The lemon juice in there stops it being over sweet. A perfect afternoon treat. So I'd like to say thank you to you for watching. If you've liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Any comments, write them down below. Please try it. Please let me know what you think. I really do appreciate that. And most of all, thanks to Mick for the recipe. God bless. See you soon. Bye bye. If you like what we're doing, don't forget to give us a like. If you'd like to subscribe, click on our picture here. If you want to see more videos of what we get up to, click here. Thanks for watching. Bye.